Today I wanted to talk about why I create things, because I was thinking about it, and if I won the lotto and even if it was like $500 million or something, I would still be on YouTube or at least creating videos, creating art of some kind. I've always been a person that likes art, right? I think all humans are artists, or at least most of them are artists. That's what created the modern world is innovation and creativity. Few things that differentiate us from other creatures on the planet. And the truth is if I had unlimited money, I get side jobs and I'm on Fiverr and I do make a little bit of money, but it's not paying for itself even that way. But I would love for my actual, like what I'm doing on this channel, be a YouTuber or whatever, right? Or even work for a YouTuber. However, even if that never happens, or even if I had unlimited money, I'd still be doing this, because what it is it's an imprint of myself on the universe. Every video, every piece of art of any kind that I share with others, because I do art that I don't share, right? I still even write a little rap, which I'm a little bit embarrassed about for some reason. Well, not for some reason. There's a lot of, yeah. Anyway, maybe that's a topic for another time. All the art that I share with other people, even if it's just one or two people, that's like an imprint on the universe, because it's output from me. And it's like art can be frustrating no matter what form it is. I mean, this is one of the reasons why drawing to me is so frustrating, is because I have these things in my head and then I try to translate them out so other people can see it, and the translation's never perfect. No, I've talked about this in other videos, but the translation's never perfect. You can't just like get a link cable yet and download it into somebody. I mean, they have that thing where like AI can show people's dreams or whatever, which is terrifying.
AI has turned every Wi-Fi router into a camera that can work in the dark, specially tuned for tracking living beings. Your dream, like your visual cortex runs in reverse, so your dreams are no longer safe.
But as far as art's concerned, it's really hard to translate, but this is my attempt. That's what these videos are. That's what any art is the attempt to translate what's in your head out into the outside world. There's something just absolutely beautiful about it, and something very human about it. About to go to the store and get some granola and some hemp milk, because I live off of that, and peanut butter. I love peanut butter. I'm paranoid. My dog loves to go for rides and I don't want to leave her here. I want to be with her as much as possible. So I'm trying to fasten this to her collar. Some people like actually put it inside them, and maybe if I lived in a more populated area, I would think about doing that in a real sense. There's something weird about it, but I understand why people do it, and I'm not completely opposed to it. I've definitely thought about it on many occasions. Kind of just blends in, right? It's not too bad. It's staying in so far. Gotta concentrate on driving, not filming. I swear I thought that paint, like, look at that. Doesn't that look like a middle finger? They need to work on their logo. It's a paintbrush, by the way. I walked out this morning on my morning walk with my puppy, and I thought that thing was flipping me out. I thought their logo was actually just a bird, a big old bird right in the morning, logo of a truck. And I was like, they should probably put that paintbrush on the side. Fell off while I was in the store. I'm all checking the app. I'm like, it's so nice to know that my puppy's safe. I mean, she was, but fell off too. Like, signs in the sand. Right, Raji? Well, it's 5 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. I went to bed super early because a neighbor was being super drunk last night. I don't know, I like to go to bed early anyways, but if I can avoid the loudness, I put some earplugs in. Try to cover my dog's ears too. It wasn't that loud. They were trying to be respectful, but it was irritating. Coyotes were also out last night. I wanted to finish this little thought about human creativity and this video in general, why I'm making this video. I just asked Gemini what creativity in humans means. It basically is giving me that answer in three different lines of answers of basically, we take a bunch of experiences that we've learned and seen throughout our world and put them together back and then shoot it back out to basically understand our world, if that makes any sense. And I agree with that to a point, I do. I mean, you wouldn't know anything if you didn't know anything. Those ideas have to come from somewhere, right? From our parents, the language that we know, other pictures that we've seen, other videos, I watched videos when I was learning how to use a camera that taught me what ISO was and all the different settings on a camera, what frame rates I like. At the same time, there are different groups of thought, and nobody really tells you what you should think. You kind of rationalize it yourself. But I think it's more than that. That's what I'm getting at, and that's the standard thing. That's what AI does, right? That's what AI does, and there's nothing wrong to think that. Some people purposely try to make output for not really any reason. I mean, maybe they have their reasons, right? But it's a good way to like consistently work is to take in a bunch of inputs and then kind of blend it together and spit it back out like Gemini here is telling me creativity is for humans. It's also, like I said in the beginning of the video, it's imprinting our likeness into the world is what I think creativity is. And making this video, like I could have Gemini here write me a script, and it would probably be more coherent. It would probably be better than right, than this video, but it wouldn't be in the style of this video. And I could write my own script and then have Gemini rewrite it for me, and maybe it would be more technically, better punctuation. Maybe the phrasing would be a little better. And I love writing scripts for some of my other videos on this channel and my new channel and other projects that I've done. Writing is one of my favorite things, and sometimes AI can help phrase things in a way that I would, it helps me phrase it better. I haven't had my coffee this morning. Still, this video, right, is it creative? I'm creating something, right? I'm trying to make a statement. I'm trying to put my thoughts out into the world and have people that otherwise wouldn't hear my thoughts. You could say a conversation, an argument, certainly, in my opinion, is the human trying to imprint itself onto someone else, or try to have another human understand us. It's really nuanced, and it's like you can talk yourself in circles. I can talk myself in circles with this, but I feel like for me, creativity is like, it's almost like a legacy. It's like the most creative thing that I think you can do is have a child. Even though it's not like creative in the sense anywhere where this is saying it is, but it's creative in the fact that you're creating something, and that's what creativity is, right? It's like it's taking something that means something, whatever that is, no matter where you got it. Honestly, I think this is all wrong. Like, yeah, you take all these inputs, but sometimes there are original thoughts, even with 8 billion people. And even if Edison and Tesla both made the light bulb, I mean, that's arguable, right? But 2 people across the world made the light bulb. I mean, the Edison part's arguable. But so Tesla and Edison make the light bulb at the same time. And that's almost like a frequency they were on. They both tapped in to that creative frequency. Maybe inspired by other science. They certainly couldn't have just, if Tesla was born in prehistoric times, when cavemen were a thing, he was a caveman, Tesla the caveman, would have never came out with a light bulb because he wouldn't have had the knowledge to make that technology. You wouldn't have had the electricity or whatever. So I'm not a scientist, but you get what I'm saying. Like, he would have never been able to do that by himself. It takes all of humanity to like lead to that point where 2 people create a very similar thing across the planet and then even meet up, and there's a bunch of history there. Like, isn't our society kind of like a shared thought of humanity? Humanity created everything, right? And just like what I argue about with even artificial intelligence, artificial intelligence gets its inspiration and information from Reddit, right? Go look into that right now. And the internet and all these things that humans made. I actually believe I've said it in my last video. Did I say it in my last video? I said it in somewhere. I'm going to continue to say it. I posted it on X, is that they should be paying us. They should be paying us. I think they should all be open source because it's ours. All of us. Like, yeah, there's certain programmers that made it happen, right? And there's certain technologies that had to come together to get to a point where we have the technology, and that's the same with the computer chip and blah, 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 but even more so with artificial intelligence because it's not as specified. Like with the computer chip, you can look at a history of what made the computer chip, what inspired it, what led to that point. You're like, this guy did this, then that guy, and this woman, and blah, blah, and so on and so forth. There's like a chain of events. And with artificial intelligence, that's true as well, but the information that it's trained on is from all of us. So it's humanity's baby, and it should belong to all of us. And if somebody writes a prompt, in my opinion, and it has the inspiration from 100 different people, it should list that. And maybe maybe that's free at first, but then when you try to, when you actually make something that makes money with that information, everybody should be credited and given dues, right? Even if it just is like a Reddit thread from 10 years ago. That's my opinion about it anyway. But as far as creativity, for me, it's imprinting onto the world. It's creating something new. If that's from old things, maybe. It's creating something that I feel about. It's creating something that reflects me as a person, that I want to share with others, that I want farthers me. I need to drink some coffee. Anyway, I guess that's it for this video. Remember to like and subscribe. When my new video hits the scene, there'll be a link in the description. I'm going to be posting a lot more on this channel of just things that I think about and little concepts and stuff like that. Who knows where life will take us? Who knows, I think it's all about, like we say in recovery, it's one day at a time. Let's not freak out, right? There's so many crazy things in the world right now. We don't know if World War III will pop off tomorrow or if artificial intelligence will take over. Everybody will be jobless. I mean, my personal thought, I'm in the camp that artificial intelligence could make the best of societies if it wasn't for late-stage capitalism. And then we're heading to a pretty dark place. But you know what? Nothing's written in stone is what I'm trying to get at. And today, everything's okay. I hope all is well in your life, and I'll either see you in the next video or I'll see you in the next life.